What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with another presentation. I just wanted to make this video talking about how, religion made me feel guilty about things that I shouldn't have been feeling guilty about. As a man, lusting after women, desiring X-rated things, desiring intimacy, all of that's normal as a man. That's a normal part of being a man. But see, growing up very religious, how I was raised, the church, it brainwashed me, and it made me feel guilty about things that I shouldn't have been feeling guilty about. Like, a lot of the things in my life that I used to feel guilty or worried about, I shouldn't have been feeling guilty or worried about those things. But see, that's what religion did to me. It made me a chump. It made me scary, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who was raised going to church can relate to what I'm saying in this presentation, because a lot of things that I was feeling guilty about, or things that I was feeling nervous or scared about, I shouldn't have been feeling nervous or scared about these things, because there are certain things that are just normal. There's just certain things that come along with being a man. But see, when you have a very spiritual and religious upbringing, it grooms you into believing that certain things that are normal is a sin. Because you know how it is being raised in church. They teach you everything is a sin. They tell you that everything is bad, and you're going to go to Hades, and God going to get you, and all of this stuff. But I had to realize that a lot of the things that I was feeling guilt or condemnation about, a lot of the things that I was feeling guilty about, I should have never been feeling guilty about those things, especially when it comes to desiring women. I mean, that's just normal for a man, But that just go to show you how religion can really mess your mind up, and it can really have you scary out here. It can have you, it can turn you into a chump, religion. Have you, worried and scared about things that you shouldn't even be worried and scared about. This is one of the reasons to why, if I was a parent, I wouldn't be raising my kids all religious like that, because it's grooming you to be a chump. It's grooming you to be, scary. And as a man, you're supposed to be a leader as a man. As a man, you're not supposed to go through life being scary. That's not the way that a man is supposed to live his life, But I'm just seeing that, these are the detrimental effects of, being raised very religious and being raised in that church like I was. That religion, boy, it can really have you scared out here, and worried about things that you shouldn't even be worried about. How many of you guys were going through life scared about things that you shouldn't have been scared about, or worried about things that you shouldn't even been worried about? That's why I'm realizing how detrimental that, being raised in the church, it can definitely be detrimental to you, because it have you thinking that you're gonna be condemned for everything. But it have you thinking that God gonna get you. He gonna chastise you for everything. And that's no way to live. Feeling, condemnation for everything. Feeling that, God is gonna get you, and the devil gonna get you, and all of this old foolishness. Like, there's certain things that you shouldn't even be worried about. I mean, there are some people in this world who are really living a savage type of lifestyle, and they've done all kind of dirty things under the sun, and they sleep good at night, even though they shouldn't sleep good at night, but they do. And you got people like myself who was raised in the church worried about things that they really shouldn't even be worried about, you know, because a lot of the things that, you know, a lot of people who grow up going to church worry about, they shouldn't even be worried about those things. You shouldn't be worried about, you know, the devil gonna get you because you listen to some music or certain types of music, or you shouldn't be worried about the devil gonna get you because you watching some X-rated content, or you worried about the devil gonna get you because, you know, you was seeing some attractive women and you ended up beating the drum. You shouldn't be worried about stuff like that. Like, there are people out here who are really doing savagery in the world. They're really doing some evil type things, and they not worried about nothing. They sleeping good at night. While you sitting around worried and scared about minor things. And that's what I think to myself. And that just goes to show you how detrimental religion can be, because there are people in this world who are really living a savage, demonic kind of lifestyle. They're really living a demonic kind of lifestyle. And you know what? A lot of those types of people, they don't feel no condemnation. They don't have no fear. They live in their life, doing their thing. You got a lot of these people out here like that, you know? So I'm just realizing that religion had a lot of people worried about the wrong things. It had a lot of people scared and worried about things that they shouldn't even be worried about. Like, while I'm wasting my time sitting around being scared, worried about the devil, the savages in this world, you know, they not sitting around worried about God gonna get them or God gonna cast them, you know, to Hades or whatever. They not sitting around worried about that stuff. And I just had to come to the realization that, you know, you know, a lot of people been worried about things that they shouldn't have been worried about. You know, that's why I say I know I'm not the only one who was just sitting around being worried about stuff that is miscellaneous. You know, like, okay, you know, you watch some X-rated content, okay, you know, a dude ended up beating the drum. Who cares? You know, like, you're not gonna, you know, that ain't nothing to be sitting around worried about God gonna get you for stuff like that. Like, but see, that's what the church does. You know, and this just goes to show you how much fear it instills in you growing up religious. You know, I'm really seeing, ever since I backed away from religion, I see more than ever how it stunts your growth, how it stunts your mind, and just how it stunts your thinking, the way that you think, how you process information. Religion has really done a number on some people. And I can admit, you know, being raised in the church and being raised, you know, religious the way that I was, you know, it instilled a lot of fear. It instilled a lot of fear in a lot of people. You know, that's why I say I know I'm not the only one. But how many of you guys can relate to this? And this is why I feel that it's a detriment to raise your children in church, because being raised in church, it just instills so much fear in you. It have you going through life scared of everything. And that's no way to live, going through life scared, thinking that the devil gonna get you. You know? I mean, who wants to live like that? You know? Going through life scared that the devil gonna get you. You know? When most people in the world, people who didn't grow up in the church, they not even worried about that kind of stuff. But that's been my presentation. You guys have a good evening. I'm sure a lot of people who was raised in church can definitely relate to what I'm saying in this presentation. But you guys have a good evening, and I'll be talking to you guys very soon. Have a good night.